Hi guys, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. My name is Chrissy, and in case the first time coming across my video, and if it's the first time seeing me, thank you so much for stopping by. Please hit on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you'll be notified anytime I upload a new video. In today's video, I will share with you how to make this beautiful halter neck dress. If you're interested to learn how I make this, keep on watching and let's get started. And if you're yet to subscribe, kindly hit on the subscribe button and let's get into today's video.
Two souls colliding. We shared the pieces of ourselves.
So guys, this is the fabric I want to use for this tutorial, as you can see in the beginning of the video. And right there, what I have here is 3 yards. All right, what I have here is 3 yards. So what I will do is to open it up, then I'll cut out a yard from it. Okay, I'll open it up, then I'll cut a yard from it. Okay, so after cutting, I'll have 2 yards left, so I'll use 2 yards to cut the flare. After cutting, what I will do next is to arrange the remaining yards I have left. I'll arrange them in place like this. Okay, remember I have 2 yards, so I went ahead to fold it by 2. As you can see it's well arranged. All right, so right now I'll also go ahead and fold in a triangular form. All right, after folding it by 2, make sure it's well arranged, then go ahead and fold again in a triangular form. So I want to cut out the back and the front piece. All right, I will cut out the back and front piece together. That's why I folded it like this. It's on a fold of 4 right now. And I'll also give a space of 1 inch for zip allowance. Okay, the dress has zip at the back, so because of that I gave 1 inch space for the zip allowance. Okay, so after that I'll mark half of my shoulder circumference at that size. Just place your tape, then mark your shoulder circumference. I'll just put it out first, then I'll use my ruler to make a straight line across just like this. Okay, so after I was done, I'll also replace my tape again, and I have 7.5 inches. All right, so what I will do next is on this side I will place my tape, then I will mark 2.5 inch for the neck wideness, then also come down by 2.5 inch for the neck depth. Okay, so I will make a round curve. After making my round curve, what I will do next is to come down by 8 inches. This is for my armhole length. I just came down by 8 inches. So from there I'll connect to the 2.5 inches I marked. Okay, you can see where I connected it. From your armhole length, go ahead and connect. Okay, you curve it, then connect. All right, so after that I want to mark quarter of my bust circumference. All right, after marking my quarter of bust circumference, I'll also add 2 inches for the seam allowance. Okay, so I don't want the flare to start from my bust area. That's why I marked my bust circumference there. All right, so from that bust circumference I will take it down straight. Do you get? So but before then, next thing is to determine the length of your gown. So for me, the full length of my gown is 36 inches. So I subtracted 7 inches, and what I have here supposed to be 29, but I added extra 1 inch to make it 30 for for the joining allowance of the down part and on the upper part. Okay, so now I will use the 30 inches to form a circle like this. You just place it on your shoulder line. From there, you mark 30 inches or any inches of your choice. After I was done marking, I was just looking at the flare and I noticed it was a bit big, right? I don't usually wear big dress, like any dress that is very big like that. I don't like wearing them. So because of that, I had to reduce it with 3 inches. Okay, I just reduced it with 3 inches then. From there, I took it up to this armhole side. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and trim it off later. If I'm cutting, I'll go ahead and trim it off. So if you're kind of person that always wants bigger flare or something like that, you can leave yours like that. There's no need of reducing the the wideness. Okay, so for me, I reduced the wideness. I don't want the flare much big. Okay, so after cutting, you can see what I have here. So on one side of the down part, I also curved it. I made a little curve there. Then I also went ahead to cut it out. Okay, so after I was done cutting everything, guys, this is what I have here. So for the zip allowance, I'll make a notch, okay, on the zip allowance side. So this is the front view. Can you see? This is the front view and this is the back. All right, the next thing I'll do now is to go ahead and fold the armhole. Okay, I will take it to my sewing machine and I'll fold the armhole. You go ahead and fold it like this. All right, fold it this way, just little. Go ahead and fold it by two, but you are going to pick a little fabric when folding it. All right, pick a little fabric, then go ahead and fold it into two by two, sorry. So after folding this side, I also fold the other side and do the same thing for the back as well. After doing that, I will be right back. So guys, after folding the armhole, you can see what I have here. So I did the same thing for the back as well. Okay, so guys, the next thing I did again at the back was to sew the downside. Okay, what I did was I placed my tape, then I came down by 14 inches, which is my back waistline. Then I sewed the rest and I left this space because I'll be fixing my zip at that side. Okay, I will be fixing my zip like this. Okay, but I will not fix it yet because we are still going to add the band for the neckline. So after that, the next thing to do now is to place the back and front piece together, right side facing each other like this. So I want to shape the both side first. After shaping the both side, you can now face the band. Okay, so for that, I'll place my tape at that tip there. Then I'll just come down by 8.5 inches. So from there, I will sew straight with 1 inch. Okay, so I'll also do the same thing on this other side. On your armhole, place your tape from that neckline. Place it there from that side to your armhole side. Okay, you place it, then mark or come down by your armhole length. So you can see where I placed my tape. I just came down by 1/2 inch because of the joining of the band. Then I came down again by 8.5. From there, I will go ahead and sew straight. All right. So guys, after sewing, guys, I also went ahead to turn it to the right side. This is what I had after I was done. So the next thing I'll do now is to measure the neckline. Okay, so after measuring my neckline for the front, I got 5 inches. For the back, I got 3 inches including the seam allowance. So my round neckline is 15 inches. Okay, my round neckline is 15 inches, but I'll add it extra 1 inch. So in case if I have excess after sewing, I'll cut it out, and if I don't have, I'll leave it like that. So this is the piece I'm going to be using for the band. Okay, so what I did was to fold it into two, then I'll divide the 16 inches by two. What I have there is 8 inches. Then I'll go ahead and mark. After marking the 8 inches, I'll also place the tape to mark the wideness. Okay, so for the wideness of this band, I will mark 4 inches including the sewing allowance. Okay, I'll mark 4 inch including the sewing allowance. So after marking, I'll go ahead and cut it out. Okay, I'll go ahead and cut it out like this. So after cutting, I'll also cut down the downside. So I'll cut out the black fabric there at the side. So after cutting, I'll fold it into two like this. Okay, now this is the band. So I'll also go ahead and measure it again. I have the 16 inches there. So what I'll do next to fold it into two like this, then I'll notch the midpoint. I'll notch the midpoint of the upper part. Also do the same thing on the down part, just like this. Then after that, I'll bring the dress. So right now, just look at what I'm doing here. I want to go ahead and place it, but before then, on the dress, I'll fold the neckline into two, then I'll notch the neckline for the front. Okay, so I already notched the band center side. I already notched the band center side. So what I'll do now is to place it at that notched side, at that notched part. I'll go ahead and place it there. So after that, use my pin to pin it down in place. Also do the same thing for this other side. Then repeat the same thing on the other side as well. So after pinning, the next thing I'll do is to place my tape from that edge. I'll come out by 2 inches. And after marking the 2 inches, I'll place it on the back neckline. At the back neckline, I will place it there, then use my pin to pin it down in place, just like this. Then after doing that, I'll also do the same thing on this other side. Okay, so from there, I'll mark 2 inches. Okay, you have to give it space. You mark 2 inches for the space. Then after that, you place exactly at that point you marked. Go ahead and place from that point. Then use your pin to hold it in place like this. Also pin the other side. All right, I hope you understand this. Then after pinning, head over to your sewing machine and sew with half an inch. You sew this side, then you sew this other side. You also sew the other side as well. So after sewing everything, guys, you can see what I have here. So if you are placing this band, if you are placing the band on your neckline, you're going to place the right side of your band on the wrong side of the dress. You get what I'm saying? So after that, what you would do next is to go ahead and make a 12 stitch. So go ahead and make your 12 stitch just like this. You're going to flip in. You will flip in the seam allowance side. Okay. Then you fold in 1/4 inch just like this. Fold in 1/4 inch. Then go ahead and sew on the tip. After sewing, you can see what I have here. So you notice I have the design at the front instead of the back. So I noticed that time I placed it with my pin, and after sewing, I noticed the design was at the back. So I had to loosen everything up. Then I placed it because I want the design at the front. So that's why you see the design there at the front. Okay, I'm talking about the neckline. That band there is what I'm talking about. So I love it that way. All right. Next thing now to do is to fix my zip like this. So guys, after fixing the zip, you can see what I have here. So I'll place my tape, and I measured what I have, and it was 7.5 inches. That is 15 inches for the round neckline, and this is very good. All right, so this is the zip. I already fixed it like I said earlier. So the next thing I'll do now is to place my tape. I want to measure this end. Okay, from that side I'll measure what I have from that side to the other end. So whatever I got, I'll use it to cut out the flare. Okay, I'll use it to cut out the flare. So for the flare, what I will do here is to fold this fabric by two. You can see how I folded it. I folded by two, and I also fold it again. So now I have a fold of four. I have a fold of four. All right, so the remaining length I have for this to complete is 7 inches. Remember, I removed 7 inches when I was cutting this out. When I was cutting the bigger flare, I removed 7 inches. So I'll add extra 1 inch to make it 8 inches. So I already marked the 8 inches there. So from that tip to where I marked the 8 inches, what I got there was 5 inches. So I used the 5 inches to make a circle. All right, after making the circle with 5 inches, I went ahead to mark the 8 inches for the length. All right, so right now I marked 8 inches, so I'm using the 8 inches now to make a circle. After that, I'll go ahead and cut it out like this, and also cut out the upper part. So after cutting it out, I also use the same flare to cut out the remaining length. I have to cut out the remaining length. I'll keep cutting till I get the number I want. Okay, till everything is complete.
I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step.
After cutting everything, I also went ahead to join them together. I joined all the piece together. You can see I have joined there. So I joined it together to give me a very long piece. Okay, this is the joint. I have this at the front and I also have it at the back. I joined it together to give me a very long piece. All right. So now this is it. Next thing to do now is to bring the gown. So I'll bring the gown here. So from the down part of that gown on the side, at the side, I will go ahead and loosen it small, a little bit. I'll go ahead and loosen it a little bit from the side. Okay, after losing a little bit from the side, I will go ahead and start placing my flare from there. Okay, so now you're going to place it the right side, facing each other like this. Okay, so after so you have something looking like this. Go ahead and place. Then you're going to head over to your sewing machine. You sew with 1/2 inch. Okay, continue doing this to get to the other end. Okay, so go ahead and sew. After sewing, guys, you can see what I have here. So I also stitch down the side. After I was done sewing everything, I stitch down the side. Okay, you can see there is no opening at the both side. All right, so go ahead and stitch yours after everything. Can you see this is looking so beautiful? All right, this is down part. This is how it looks, and I also fold the down part. This down part, it took me a lot of time. As a name, I spent a lot of time folding this down part. It was really, 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 really time consuming, I swear. You have to gather some patience and enough courage to fold this down part, because folding a down part of clay can be so stressful sometimes. Okay, you can also take it to your weaving machine. If you have one, you make a English weaving, or you take it to the people doing it, so they will do it for you and you pay. Anyhow you choose to do yours, it is fine. Okay, so I also went ahead to iron it out. Can you see? You can see how relaxed everything looks. This is it, guys. I so much love this dress. I love this dress. Even at the time I was making this voiceover, I'm still wearing it. It's beautiful. It's very, very beautiful. Okay. So guys, we have come to the end of today's tutorial. So you can see the picture inspiration here. The difference between this one and mine is the length and the bow tie at the back of the neckline. So if you want, you can make yours like that. Thank you so much. So if you need a tutorial on how to make the bow tie, I also have it on my channel, but that one was a small bow tie. You can make yours big by adding it, maybe adding some length and wideness. Okay. So after that, you can attach yours to the back. If you want to attach to the back, you go ahead and do yours. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.